Hello, hello, hello. I changed it up, Eric. I changed it up with the
Right, dude. What the
yeah.
hell?
Yeah, I changed it up this time. What do you
Jesus.
think? What do you think? Freak you out, baby?
Freaked me the fuck out, man.
Welcome to Gym Rats. I am XFL Jim. This is Eric, aka Etoff21 Sports, aka Uncle Rico. Are you ready? This slate of college basketball's got me feeling like this.
Christ.
Boys.
This is like supposed
Sports
to be
Facts chiming in. Eric put a lot of work in the YouTube description. I see. That's not Eric. I do the descriptions for his YouTube too, so that's actually on me.
Dude, I just love the hate I always get from people, dude. Love it.
Sports Facts is the best.
Love it. Love it.
Eric, this is a great Saturday. It's you and me, no chase. So don't even ask about the horses, unless Eric's doing something.
You know, I'll figure something out. I haven't even got that far. Look,
I
got a little raspy voice today, Jim. You know, I got to go to the Jewel. Got to get the meds.
The Jewel? I thought you were insinuating that you smoked Jewel pods.
No, the pharmacy is like Jewel. I just call it the Jewel.
Eric's just ripping jewels like
No.
every day.
I just say no, dude.
Out on the courts, just ripping it.
Just back there. Ripping
Uncle
it.
Rico, the vape god.
That should be my new nickname, the Vape God.
My local horse track just started today. Today's their first opening day.
I bet so much fucking Fonder Park during the lockdown.
That's what I always hear. I always hear like it was like one of the only tracks running during COVID.
I mean, like, I know it was an awful time, but I'll be honest, man.
There were some parts of it. There were some parts of it that were.
I thrived during COVID, dude.
I kind of did too, if I'm being honest.
I fucking thrived during. That's when I started doing all the podcasting stuff with Gino. You know, I was making money because all the like Golden Gate Fields and like
yeah.
So I was betting. It was great, dude. I had a good COVID run.
I had a pretty good year overall. Very sad time.
It was a
very
tough
depressing
time,
to some, but I had kind of a good year.
But selfishly, that I thrived.
Are you ready to have a good day today, Eric? Did you wake up feeling that you're ready to have a good Saturday?
You know what? I woke up. You know, I'm feeling juicy, dude. I got my coffee cup here. I'm ready to roll.
Dealing with blizzard conditions. It's like 50-mile-an-hour winds in my house right now.
We are snowed. We had fucking shotgun blasts going off in the background last night.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to start us off because I got two plays at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. I'm the early bird right here. So I'm taking Arkansas +8 versus Texas A&M. I'm going to do it. I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with our boy Chase. This line I saw opened at 9. It's starting to close a little bit. I saw some 7.5s. I think Arkansas might win outright.
Here's the thing.
I don't care.
With teams like Arkansas and Kansas State, which had a lot of transfers, a lot of turnovers, kids coming in, we're seeing them play better now because they're getting used to it. So I think this is something we need to remember moving into next year, that when we see these teams that have a lot of turnover, it's going to take them a little while when they're into conference play to click and get everything going.
I like both those teams today, by the way. I don't have Kansas State on the docket, but I have them a little bit later. I'm also taking St. Bonaventure on the money line versus UMass +108 on that. This is well, so like my favorite. I don't know. Maybe I'm a sucker for it. Do whatever. But when I look at college basketball, I like to look at the opening lines, and if it's like one team's a 1-point favorite or it's a pick 'em, and then the other team goes to like a 1 or 2 point favorite. Like later, if the line gets pushed or something like that, I love taking the dog in that scenario. It's just something I always love to do.
That's one of the most successful angles in college football and NFL, when a team starts off as a fave, public perception switches it to a dog. And no offense to the Bonnies, a team like this, that's like public money. You know what I mean? That's not really like big boy money moving that. That's just people on name brand making the bet.
Those are my 11 a.m. plays. I'm also the only one playing anything at noon It's Indiana State money line versus Illinois State. Exact same thing, where opened up as Indiana State -1, and then it's Illinois State minus like 1.5. So I can get this team at money line plus 108. Give it to me all day. And then I'm also taking the Wisconsin Purdue over 150.5. I don't know if Wisconsin has it in them to get the win, but I like a lot of points in this matchup here. I think it's going to be a basket
that
fest.
Wisconsin team this year.
Interesting and like maybe a little disappointing.
It's not your mom and dad's Wisconsin.
No, it's
like
not.
Mom and pops, score. They're not playing as good as defense. They are looking to score the ball a little bit more, get out. Defensively, they've just been kind of a nightmare.
It's been rough watching them. Eric, your first play.
I am going to Vatech -1.5 over Virginia. Prime spot to fade Virginia. Cavs are riding a 2-game winning streak, but now they have to hit the road to play their rivals on the road in Vatech with Duke looming next week. Classic letdown look-ahead situation. Vatech has a size advantage. They dominated inside their last matchup with Toby Lowell, 17 points, Lynn Kidd controlling the paint. Their front court duo will be a problem again, especially against a Virginia team that struggled to score inside the season. Hokies already won in Charlottesville just 2 weeks ago. Vatech were on the road, beat them. Jared Schlute had 18, 4 threes. Hokies held UVA's slow-paced offense in check. Now back at home, they're going to even have a bigger edge in the game. Historically speaking, Virginia's defense has been elite. No more Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett said, peace, I'm out. This defense, 110th in defensive efficiencies. They aren't getting stops. And when you play this slow tempo and you are getting stops, that is a huge liability rather than an advantage. Rebounding edge to the Hokies. Vatech will control the glass, leading to some second chance points that Virginia can't afford to give up when they're playing this slow-paced, low-possession type game. Mike Young, 55% ATS is a home favorite at Vatech, while the spread is 3 or less as a home favorite, 77.8%. Momentum is on Tech side. Hokies have won 3 of their last 4 games. They're looking to gain momentum going into the ACC tournament. Getting this win here will help build their resume. They need to get as many wins as they can to try to make the tournament. I'm betting Vatech -1.5 to sweep the season series and to take care of business at home.
I love it. I looked into that one. Didn't bet it. Stayed away from anything to do with Virginia. I went over to Hampton versus Hofstra, and I took Hampton on the money line. Again, similar thing. Tight line. Give me the dog. And fuck Hofstra. You know what? I'm just going to come out and say it.
And you can quote me on this. Fuck Hofstra.
Damn right.
So, dude, I have to say, I went on our boys Bryce's podcast, the I Need It Sports podcast, and we're talking about quarterbacks, and someone brought up Tua, and I said you could quote me on this. Fuck Tua. No, I said you can quote me on this. Tua's a bitch. I've never gotten so many hate.
Tuanon rolls deep.
I mean, I had no idea.
It's actually a big thing in the Miami Dolphins online community of who's a Dolphins fan and who's a Tua fan. The Tuanon group runs deep.
I was flabbergasted. I was. Someone told me I better not come to Miami. I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm here getting death threats on freaking Tua.
Should the Dolphins go after Jameis?
Dude, did you see Jameis in New Orleans?
Oh, I can't wait till he actually retires and just does content.
He was having a blast, dude. If there was a show where he just was driving across the country and just going to some random local diner and
if they did diners, drive-ins, and dives, but with Jameis Winston instead of Guy Fieri.
Oh, dude, fucking phenomenal, dude.
Would 100%. I'd binge that show in a heartbeat. We'd review every episode on my podcast.
We would, dude. That would be the thing. During the lockdown, during my podcast, I was looking for stuff. I was reviewing the Bulls thing that was going on.
Oh, yeah.
We would just review Jameis's takes on pancakes in Nebraska.
I reviewed almost every movie The Rock was in when he bought the XFL. At 130 for me, I have a couple plays. They're both in the same game. I'm taking Western Michigan +7 here versus Miami of Ohio, and then I'm also taking the under 152.5. I think this will be a low-scoring affair, and I think the boys over at WMU can keep it nice and tight against a Red Hawks team who I think might be floundering a little bit.
Floundering.
Yeah. Yeah. They're looking over at the hottest team in the MAC, one of the hottest teams in the country, the Akron Zips.
Did they?
They're getting a little.
Did they beat Toledo last week?
Who? Miami.
There's like I read.
I think Miami of Ohio did.
Yeah, where like they had lost 20 in a row to Toledo.
I think they did beat Toledo last week. They did 92-80.
That was like their first win in 2020. Think about that. 20 games.
It's a little wild. Oh, I like this. I hate the Lakers. I want to show where Jim and Eric go give pancake reviews. I'd do it. I'd do it. I've been workshopping one where I go around like a TikTok thing where I do gas station bathroom reviews.
I remember when I was in New Jersey. I spent 2 summers in New York. I was going to New Jersey for the first time. I stopped in a bathroom. I walked in, no stall door. There's this huge guy just dropping a fucking deuce, dude. Just gave me the nod. Like, what's up? Turned around and walked back.
It's probably like a 2 out of 10 for me.
That's a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. I believe you're up next, Eric, at 2:30.
I am going to the Fighting Mike Whites. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs here +2.5 over Missouri. Perfect spot to fade Missouri. Tigers coming off a dominant 24-point home win over Oklahoma have a massive showdown with Alabama early next week. Classic letdown look-ahead situation, making a prime time to fade Missouri. Georgia dominates the glass. The Bulldogs are an elite rebounding team, ranking top 5 in the SEC in offensive rebound percentage and among the top 5% nationally in second chance opportunities. This edge will be critical against the Missouri team that really struggles on the boards. Home court advantage. Georgia is dominant, 13-2 at home. Wins over Kentucky and Oklahoma. Meanwhile, Missouri has struggled on the road, just 2-4 this season. In conference play, turnover battle favors Georgia. Bulldogs ranked 5th in the SEC in turnover margin, while Missouri dead last, 14th in the conference. Missouri's guards could play a major factor in this game with their ability not to protect the ball. Elite defensive efficiency. Georgia ranks 25th in the country in defensive efficiency, and their ability to limit Missouri's scoring opportunities will help keep this game close. Home underdogs thrive in the SEC. They're covering at 59% this season. When it's an unranked home team against a ranked team, jumps up to 63%. Over the last 5 years, unranked home dogs versus a top 25 team, 55% ATS. Mismatch in the post. Missouri will have to figure out how to stop Georgia's Noel. He has a size, length, and athleticism to be a problem in the paint. They have no one that can check him. This kid's going to be a top 15 pick. Bet Georgia +2.5. Bulldogs have all the tools to slow down Missouri, control the glass, cover as a home dog. And you know what, Jimbo? If you're feeling bold,
Little sprink.
I
I can't get over the pancakes thing. Do you like any toppings on your pancakes? What do you put on your pancake?
Dude, you're really taking this pancake.
I can't get over it, Eric. What do you put on your pancake? I have to know.
Depends on the pancake. Like, what are we talking about? Is there like fruit in the pancake? Is there?
It's just a regular pancake. Do you put anything on top of it?
Oh, dude, butter and syrup, dude.
That's it.
That's it.
Sometimes I fuck around, do a little powdered sugar.
Dude, Jim, you're really taking this pancake thing to a new level, dude.
Oh, dude, when it comes to like breakfast, anything, yes, I'm your guy.
May have to go to the Garden Berry Cafe right down the road and get some pancakes now.
I got nowhere in my town to do it. I have to make it myself. It's kind of bullshit. I'm rolling at 3 o'clock. I'm taking Georgia Southern's team total over 77. I wanted to dabble with the full over on the game. I just couldn't get there, but I think Georgia Southern I think they win, and when I've seen them win, they've been putting up a decent amount of points. So I'm taking the Eagles of Georgia Southern here with over 77. And then Chase isn't here to do it, but I'm going to tombstone the fun out of Alabama versus Auburn. I'm going under 172.5 here. Give me the under in the basketball Iron Bowl. Yeah, I'm taking under in Auburn, Alabama. Under 172.5.
I get it, dude. Alabama could not miss against fucking Texas, dude. I mean, so they're obviously due for some shooting regression. That's gonna just give me a game I just kind of sit back and watch.
That'll be a fun one.
So here's my pancakes near me, dude. I can do with the traditional buttermilk. I can do stuffed pancakes, chocolate chip banana cakes.
Solid one. Solid.
Idaho. Oh, I don't want potato.
If I do the chocolate chip banana cakes, I don't do regular syrup. I do a little bit of regular syrup, and then I do chocolate syrup on it too.
Respect. The stuffed pancakes, that means they're stuffed with either strawberries, bananas, or a strawberry cream cheese filling. How does that make you
I'd
feel?
fuck with that cream cheese filling. I'd fuck with that.
Yeah.
Moving on to 4 o'clock. I'm taking Eastern Illinois Moneyline versus Tennessee Martin, plus 122. Hey, I saw this. It was the same thing as these other ones, but shout out Bookmaker, because every other book that I saw was given this money line at like plus 108, plus 110, and then they're coming in with my plus 122 here for Eastern Illinois. Yeah, give it to me.
You like that?
Dude, I think the biggest jump for me from being like any kind of gambler at all was getting getting multiple books and just kind of shopping around a little bit, not being pigeonholed into one option.
I call that being an adult.
Well, some people only like roll with one. I know plenty of people. They only have the one book. They stick with one.
It's just a rookie mistake, man. It's the rookie mistake.
We both got to play at 5, Eric. You want to go for your 5 o'clock?
When I'm done coughing up a lung.
I'll go first then. Richmond Spiders -1 versus Fordham. We go Richmond. We roll with the Spiders.
Jesus, dude.
Spider up!
Spider up.
Spider up! Richmond -1, damn it.
Well, dude, so I'm looking right now. This is a large bake apple pancake. Cinnamon apple powered makeable syrup.
Eric, we're gonna have to pause this and just go get some fucking pancakes here.
Jesus, dude. Allow 40 minutes, dude. I'm gonna put this in the link to the private chat so you can kind of.
Is this a recipe? Or is this something at a restaurant?
This is at Ellie's Pancake House right down the street from me. All right, moving on. Providence +2.5 over Villanova. Great spot to fade Villanova. The Wildcats are riding a 3-game win streak, but this could be fool's gold after a rough stretch where they lost 5 of 6, failed to cover in each. With UConn and Marquette on deck, I think this is a prime spot. We can look to fade them, letdown spot on the road. Shooting regression is coming. I talk about this all the time. Villanova, 48% from 3 during this 3-game winning streak. That level isn't sustainable, and on the road against Providence's tough defense, I think we're going to see a major drop-off. Villanova's defensive vulnerability in their last game, St. John's, a team that can't hit shit, made 11 threes against them. I think the Friars are going to be able to find their rhythm from the outside. This is going to lead to a good spot for them. Neptune struggles on the road as a favorite at Villanova, just covering 41.7% at 41.7% of the time as a road favorite. Providence's home court advantage, tough to beat at home. With Villanova's recent streak, I feel this line's inflated a little bit. The value's on Providence to take them against a vulnerable Wildcats team. So I'm on them +2.5. Villanova's hot streak is due for a correction. Friars in a great position to take advantage of a possible shooting slump and grab the cover at home.
Love it.
Did you look at that picture?
I did. It almost looks like a pie.
It does look like a pie.
And you're the last one, Eric. You got one more play still.
I got 2 more, dude. I got 2
more?
I got 2, dude.
What?
2. Yeah. I got Texas -3 over Kentucky. Great spot to fade Kentucky. The Wildcats are coming off a big home win over Tennessee, making this a prime letdown spot on the road against Texas. Kentucky has struggled away from rump this season. Several poor shooting performances this year on the road. Kentucky's defense, major liability. I'm looking at this right here. They rank 295th in the country in 2-point defense, allowing teams to score at will inside. Texas, with how Texas plays offense, they're going to exploit this weakness, Texas is going to be able to dominate the offensive glass. They're going to get some second chance points. They're going to be able to grab some extra positions against the Kentucky defense, which struggles to get stops. Kentucky likes to get on a run. Texas is very good at limiting fast break opportunities. When we look at SEC strength of schedule, they've played the toughest schedule in the league. So they're a little bit more battle tested. This is when they're going to make their run to try to get into the tournament because it softens up dramatically. I don't think Kentucky is that good of a team. They kind of give me Iowa vibes when like literally like a team that can score, but a team that can't defend shit. Like
Wisconsin. Yeah.
That's the vibes of this Kentucky team. I get Kentucky, Robinson, and Butler are banged up. Now, here's a stat that really, really gets me. I mentioned the 295th in the country defending twos. They are top 20 defending threes. But when you look at the grand scheme, they allow top 20 most threes per game. So that just means teams aren't hitting them. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like great defense. Teams are taking threes against Kentucky and they're not making it. Texas is the fourth best three-point shooting team in the SEC. And since the turn of the calendar, they're only shooting 30% at home. So they're primed to have a good shooting night at home. And Kentucky's primed to have a team go off for them against threes because that's just not sustainable. With the road struggles, the defensive issues, the injury concerns, the letdown spot, give me Texas here -3. The last one, give me the Fighting Jamie Dixon's TCU +4.5 over Arizona State. Great spot to fade Arizona State. The Sun Devils are coming off an emotional double overtime loss to Texas Tech, which could leave them mentally and physically drained, with Houston on deck to start the week. Look ahead spot when you're obviously tired and drained. ASU's offense is inconsistent. They struggle to put up offensive numbers. No, sorry. I can't talk, dude.
You got something in your throat. You're thinking about those pancakes, baby. Salivating.
So they've been very inconsistent with offense. They're coming off a very good day against Texas Tech. We saw it against Kansas State last week when we were both on ASU. They just faltered down the stretch because they go through these offensive lap scoring. Horned Frogs match up well defensively and should be able to limit what ASU likes to do, which is score inside. I really feel that another thing is Hurley struggles as a favorite. When at ASU, he's only covered the spread 48%, ATS as a favorite. TCU is more than capable covering Arizona State. Arizona State isn't significantly better than TCU. I'm getting 4.5. To trust them to win with this margin, way too much. Coming off a double overtime game, Houston on deck. Look, great spot to fade the Sun Devils. Forks down. Give me TCU. Give me the Mighty Horned Frogs +4.5.
Love it. Love it. I got nothing else. I have my round robin for the people. Let me know what you think, Eric.
Let's hear it.
Arkansas +295. The St. Bonnie's +115. Western Michigan +250. Mississippi State +155. Kansas State +230.
I like it.
Do them in ones, do them in twos, and then have a big old 1, 2, 3, 4, big old 5-teamer. The 5-teamer pays 250 to 1.
The 5-teamer plays Jesus. Mine is just weak. Georgia money line, Providence money line, TCU money line, Vodtech money line.
I like that too, though. I like that.
I've noticed that these home teams, like historically speaking, we're doing this last year. There'd be these great spots when a team's at home, kind of like Texas, and it would be Texas +2, Texas +2.5. These books have sharpened up a lot. where they are going off as favorites, which is a little disappointing. So it's really tough for me to find these like huge favorites that I like.
I know it's hard. The spot plays are getting a little bit more difficult.
Playing a little tax on them.
And then there's no NBA this week, so I'm not doing my 3-sport parlay where I usually do NHL, NBA, college basketball. If this was doing it tomorrow, maybe I could include like a winner in the Daytona, but I'm not going to do that. I don't. Everything has to happen today.
Jim, are you a NASCAR fan?
Nah, my dad kind of is. I don't mind it. I watch it every once in a while, but I don't know if I wouldn't consider myself a fan.
So is that a no to my fantasy NASCAR league?
Yes, that is a no.
Okay.
I have enough time keeping track of like fantasy football and like doing that every week. Fantasy NASCAR would be a nightmare. Damn right. But I am doing the Michigan parlay, the all Michigan parlay. So I'm taking Western Michigan straight up, Eastern Michigan straight up, Central Michigan straight up, and Michigan State straight up, plus 77.98.
Okay. It's going to be interesting to see this Michigan State. I mean, like, I'm a huge Spartan guy.
Illinois is a good team, though.
Illinois is good. Revenge spot. It's the player whose name I can't pronounce got into foul trouble. Last game, Michigan State, flu's going around the team, so I really don't know. You mentioned UFC, Jim. You know what, Jim? I'm feeling in a good mood. I'm just going to give my UFC and my UFC bets, and if I can talk, my NASCAR bets. I want Morales, Williams, Nazim, and Qatar in UFC, and in the Daytona 500, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, and Cody Ware to finish top 10. That's all I'm rocking with in the 500.
All right. And yeah, okay. I respect it. I like it. Enjoy this weekend. This is kind of the first weekend we get without football for a while. For, I believe, 3 weeks. Yeah. 3 more weeks. Then we get the AF1.
The AF1, okay.
Arena football coming back. But we get a couple weeks without football. Kind of just use it to relax, recharge a little bit.
Recharge the
Get
battery.
Fully in on your college basketball.
They should be playing right today, but that's beyond the point. So,
I mean, full stop. I would agree. It'd be snow. You get some early snow games, maybe.
Yeah, I like it, but is what it is.
Is what it is. Thank you all for watching. Follow that man at ETOF21 Sports. Follow me at XFL Jim. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time for another episode of The Gym Rats. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.